In the annals of professional sports, few stories transcend the roar of the crowd to touch the deeper chords of societal change. Joe Jackson was once a name synonymous with gridiron dominance, a formidable defensive end whose raw talent and relentless drive propelled him to the pinnacle of American football. But his journey, unlike many of his peers, would take an unexpected turn, leading him far from the stadium lights into the shadows of the justice system, only to emerge as a beacon of hope for countless others. This is the story of a man who redefined success, finding his true calling not on the field, but in the fight for reform. Joe Jackson's athletic prowess was evident from an early age. A standout collegiate player, he garnered national attention for his exceptional speed, strength, and football IQ. Drafted in the first round by a prominent NFL team, Jackson quickly established himself as a force to be reckoned with. For 7 seasons, he terrorized opposing offenses, earning Pro Bowl selections and the respect of fans and rivals alike. His future seemed boundless, marked by potential championships and a legacy etched in sports history. He was living the dream, a celebrated figure in the public eye, unaware of the profound challenges that lay ahead. However, life's trajectory can shift in an instant. Post-NFL, Jackson found himself navigating the often challenging transition away from professional sports, a period many athletes struggle with. A series of unfortunate events culminated in a legal incident, leading to a conviction and a prison sentence. The headlines that once celebrated his touchdowns now chronicled his downfall, a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of public life. This was not merely a personal crisis, but a harsh introduction to a system that would forever alter his perspective and ultimately define his purpose. The man who had been a symbol of athletic achievement was now stripped of his freedom. Incarceration is a stark crucible, stripping away identity and forcing profound introspection. For Joe Jackson, prison became an unexpected classroom. The initial shock gave way to a period of deep reflection, as he confronted his past choices and the systemic issues that disproportionately affect marginalized communities. He witnessed firsthand the harsh realities of the criminal justice system, the lack of rehabilitation, the cycles of recidivism, and the despair that often permeates behind bars. It was during this time, surrounded by men whose lives had been derailed by similar circumstances, that a new purpose began to take root. Rather than succumb to despair, Jackson sought knowledge and understanding. He delved into legal texts, social justice literature, and educational programs available within the prison walls. He began to see his own experience not just as a personal tragedy, but as a unique vantage point from which to understand the challenges of incarceration and re-entry. He started informally mentoring fellow inmates, sharing his insights, and listening to their stories. These early interactions, born of shared struggle, laid the groundwork for the transformative work he would undertake upon his release, planting a seed of purpose that would blossom into a movement. Jackson's awakening in prison was profound. He realized that his celebrity, once a source of pride, could now be leveraged for a greater good. He meticulously planned what his life post-incarceration would entail, focusing on 2 critical areas: criminal justice advocacy and mentorship for at-risk youth and formerly incarcerated individuals. He understood that his unique perspective, a former NFL star who had experienced the system from the inside, could resonate deeply and bridge divides. This period was not just about rehabilitation, it was about reimagining a life of profound social impact, translating personal adversity into a powerful platform for change. His vision began to take shape, brick by painful brick. Upon his release, Joe Jackson faced the immense challenges of re-entry, but he did so with an unwavering resolve. The transition was difficult, marked by societal stigmas and the practical hurdles of rebuilding a life. Yet, he refused to be defined by his past mistakes. Instead, he channeled his energy into the blueprint he had meticulously crafted. He understood that immediate action was crucial. His first steps were to connect with local community leaders, legal aid organizations, and other reform advocates, laying the groundwork for what would become his life's most impactful work. The fight for justice, which began in solitude, was now moving into the public arena. Jackson's vision quickly materialized into action with the establishment of Second Chance Alliance, a non-profit organization dedicated to criminal justice reform and community empowerment. The alliance was founded on the principle that individuals deserve opportunities for rehabilitation and successful re-entry into society, regardless of their past. Its core mission encompassed legal advocacy for fair sentencing, development of educational programs for incarcerated individuals, and critical post-release support services. Joe Jackson poured his lived experience and passion into building an organization that would truly make a difference, demonstrating his commitment to transforming the system from the ground up. One of the flagship initiatives of the Second Chance Alliance is Gridiron to Growth, a mentorship program specifically designed for at-risk youth and formerly incarcerated individuals. Drawing parallels between the discipline required in football and the resilience needed for life, Jackson created a curriculum that focuses on goal setting, skill development, and positive decision-making. Through one-on-one sessions and group workshops, participants learn to harness their potential, overcome obstacles, and build pathways to success. Jackson often personally leads these sessions, sharing his own story as a powerful example of transformation and the possibility of a better future. Beyond direct mentorship, Jackson's advocacy work extends to legislative fronts. He frequently testifies before state committees, offering his first-hand experience and expert insights on the urgent need for sentencing reform, improved prison conditions, and more effective re-entry programs. He collaborates with policymakers, legal experts, and fellow activists to push for meaningful changes that address the root causes of incarceration and promote rehabilitation over punishment. His credibility as a former NFL star, combined with his personal journey through the system, gives his voice a unique resonance, making him a compelling and impactful advocate for justice. A primary objective of the Second Chance Alliance is to disrupt the devastating cycle of recidivism. Through comprehensive support services, including job placement assistance, housing aid, and counseling, the organization helps individuals integrate successfully back into society. Joe Jackson understands that without these foundational elements, the likelihood of reoffending remains high. By providing tangible resources and a strong support network, the Alliance empowers formerly incarcerated individuals to become productive members of their communities, contributing positively rather than returning to prison. It's a holistic approach, tackling complex problems with practical, compassionate solutions. The impact of Joe Jackson's work is not merely anecdotal, it's measurable. Second Chance Alliance boasts impressive statistics regarding reduced recidivism rates among its program participants. For instance, participants in Gridiron to Growth have shown a significantly lower rate of rearrest compared to national averages. Furthermore, the Alliance has successfully advocated for policy changes that have directly led to fairer sentencing guidelines and expanded educational opportunities within correctional facilities. These numbers represent real lives transformed, families reunited, and communities strengthened, underscoring the effectiveness of Jackson's dedicated efforts. What truly sets Joe Jackson apart is his deeply personal involvement. He doesn't just fundraise or speak from a podium, he engages directly with those he seeks to help. Whether it's visiting correctional facilities, attending court hearings, or meeting with families struggling with the justice system, Jackson offers a tangible presence and unwavering support. His empathy, born from his own journey, makes him a trusted figure, capable of inspiring hope where it often feels absent. He reminds people that their past does not dictate their future and that everyone deserves a shot at redemption and a meaningful life. Joe Jackson also understands the power of a collective voice. He actively builds coalitions with other advocacy groups, legal organizations, and community leaders who share his commitment to criminal justice reform. By uniting diverse stakeholders, the Second Chance Alliance amplifies its message and strengthens its impact. This collaborative approach allows for broader policy changes, more extensive outreach, and a more robust support system for those navigating the complexities of the justice system. Jackson's leadership is not just about individual action, but about empowering a network of dedicated individuals working towards a common goal. For many, Joe Jackson represents a living testament to the possibility of transformation. His story inspires hope not just for those caught in the justice system, but for anyone who believes in the power of second chances. He demonstrates that profound purpose can emerge from personal adversity, and that past mistakes do not have to define one's entire existence. Through his tireless efforts, Jackson is not only reforming policies but also shifting societal perceptions about rehabilitation and re-entry. His journey from a celebrated athlete to a committed activist is a powerful narrative of resilience and redemption. The fight for criminal justice reform is far from over, but Joe Jackson remains at the forefront, relentlessly pursuing his mission. He continues to expand the reach of Second Chance Alliance, developing new programs and forging new partnerships. His commitment is unwavering, driven by the belief that a more equitable and compassionate justice system is attainable. Jackson's journey reminds us that true strength lies not just in overcoming personal challenges, but in extending a hand to help others rise. His story is a powerful call to action, urging us to look beyond labels and embrace the potential for change in every individual. Joe Jackson's trajectory is a profound redefinition of success. What once seemed to be the pinnacle, an NFL career, became the backdrop for an even more significant achievement, dedicating his life to social justice. His work with Second Chance Alliance and Gridiron to Growth transcends personal accolades, impacting systemic change in individual lives on a fundamental level. He embodies the spirit of resilience, demonstrating that even after facing the depths of the justice system, one can emerge with a renewed purpose to serve others. His legacy will be measured not in tackles or touchdowns, but in the lives he helps rebuild. Today, Joe Jackson stands as a living example of what can be achieved when adversity is met with determination and a commitment to positive change. His journey from the bright lights of the NFL to the confines of a prison cell, and then to the forefront of criminal justice reform, is a powerful narrative of transformation. He reminds us that the human spirit is capable of incredible resilience and that empathy and second chances are vital components of a just society. His story is not just about a former player, it's about a leader who found his true strength in helping others find theirs. The road ahead for criminal justice reform is long, but with voices like Joe Jackson leading the way, there is tangible progress. His dedication to mentorship, advocacy, and community empowerment continues to light a path for countless individuals seeking redemption and a fresh start. He is a testament to the idea that true impact is often found not in personal glory, but in the selfless act of lifting others. Joe Jackson's journey is a powerful reminder that our greatest contributions can emerge from our deepest struggles, forging a legacy that resonates far beyond any game or season. Joe Jackson's story encourages us all to consider the power of transformation and the importance of advocating for a more just society. His work demonstrates that every individual, regardless of their past, has the potential to contribute positively to their community. To learn more about Second Chance Alliance and how you can support their vital initiatives, visit their website. Together, we can continue to champion criminal justice reform, foster mentorship, and build pathways to real change, ensuring that every person has the opportunity to write their own story of redemption and purpose. Join the movement.